Welcome back, my murder mystery friends. How are you? We are continuing on who murdered Mia. So I left the last video at, we were trying to figure out two pieces of evidence in this pile of wonderful things that proves that it could not have been Anna that committed the murder. And their biggest thing was the article that was in here. It talked about teen couture mental health, and the biggest thing out of it we were supposed to get is the fact that when Mia posts on Instagram, she hates that the image is reversed, so it mirrors her, and she doesn't like it. It throws her off. She doesn't like how she looks in it. And the biggest thing was her tattoos were flipped, so we knew that the Instagram live that they show is also flipped. And the costume that Anna is wearing, see if I can find it, is different than the costume that is worn by the killer. That was what we were supposed to get out of that. Frankly, that was, I felt a little dumb. I have low hopes anyway, but you know, it just felt a little silly. Here I thought it was like had to do with like the mapping of the building, because it's like, well, it was a big deal about the mapping and where everything was located, and it's like, well, it shows Mia going a different way, and I thought, okay, well, here's this way. No, it didn't matter. That didn't matter. I mean, it could matter in our next section of it, because like we're getting ready to do day 2, so it could matter. I don't know, but at this time, apparently it doesn't matter. And I'm trying to find... Okay, here it is. So, the bunny logo here was apparently on the wrong side. At least I had unlimited guesses on that, so... Whenever. Oh, there's more in here. Oh! Glad it wasn't important. Okay, replay award VIP all access pass. Ooh. So it's like evidence, but also like a little keepsake. Cool. Alright. Anything else hiding in here? Note to self. Check the entire box. Okay, so we might have to refer to this stuff here in a little while. I'm not sure. So it did say we might have to go back to it to solve another day. The next part, we're supposed to figure out two people who could have not switched the costumes because they were not available to do so. So, like, they were somewhere completely different. They couldn't have done it. Go in. Okay. So, let's check this out. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I have an itchy nose. And I lost my pen. So we're doing great. Okay. Check the box. Nothing in there. Okay. Another Teen Couture article. Mia Star investigation live. Updates. Fan cleared. Social media star Trixie Rose and others identified as new suspects. Okay, Trixie Rose is her competitor, used to be her friend. Los Angeles, California detectives at WDI released a statement Monday indicating that all charges against Anna Palmer, once believed to have been the likely perpetrator of Mia Star's murder, have been dropped. Palmer posted online after the news broke. Like I said from the beginning, I love Mia and could have never have done something like that. I'm sorry. Once again, I love Mia and could have never done something like that. Sending my prayers to Mia's family and her entire Starmie. Who killed Mia? That was a hashtag. WDLRI Los Angeles and unit now have their eyes set on 4 new suspects. Fellow social media star Trixie Rose, Star's boyfriend of 4 years, Luke Adams, and Star's manager and videographer, Natalie, who I think did it, and David Ellis, respectively. Detectives have brought all 4 suspects into the station for further questioning. It's now day 2 without a convicted killer. The investigation is ongoing. Dun dun dun! Teen Couture Mental Health. Why are they posting about this? This has nothing to do with mental health. Okay, this is to be opened by authorized personnel only. Our name is on it again, and this is evidence of someone who ditched the bunny costume after they murdered Mia, and it looks like they went through the ceiling. So we have a bunny costume, a bunny mask, squeeze bottle, drop ceiling tile with stains. Costume found on the ground in stall number 1. Drop ceiling tiles on the ground underneath the costume. Tile has circular liquid staining. Unclear which stall the perp was in. Could have pushed up the tile in stall 1 or 2 and placed costume on top of the ceiling tile. Looks like they just dropped it to me, but what do I know? Okay, evidence submission. The items is a costume and the container. Description of items submitted: stained on costume, mask exterior, appears to be dry blood, check for a match with victim, strong smell in interior of mask, container on clear liquid inside, similar smell to mask interior. Okay, well, that helped no one. So thank you, Joe. Thank you, us, for submitting this. It helped no one. Okay, so it sounds like they put something on it to clear the evidence, like bleach. Witness questioning. This questioning was completed over the phone. Okay, detective, us. Hello, is this Michelle Lowe? Yes. Who is this? Michelle, this is Detective Joe with the WDILA unit. Do you have a second? Oh, okay. How can I help you? We found a bloody costume tagged number 23 in the ceiling of the backstage bathroom this morning. And number 23? No way. That's the exact one that went missing on Friday. No way. It was premeditated, guys. Oh, really? Yes. A specific number that I specifically remember. That number is one of the few that needed a new logo on the shirt. We were trying to get it fixed before the show on Sunday. I just figured someone had forgotten to return it. Interesting. Any idea who could have taken it? I wish I did, but no. I can just forward you the email. I sent everyone for you to look over. Maybe that'll help. Thank you, Michelle. That would be great. Of course, glad I could be helpful. That'll be all for today. We will let you know if we have any more questions. Okay, good luck with the rest of your investigation. Okay, so there's that. She has an email that she sent out noticing that it was missing. So that means it's someone that had access to the building on Friday. That's what we were supposed to get from that. This is the email from Michelle. Hello all, just a friendly reminder to return all props and costumes after use. We have one that wasn't returned today after this morning's dance rehearsal. So if you happen to have it, please return ASAP. I'll be on site until late this evening until tomorrow. Tomorrow until noon. My goodness sakes. This email is for sole use of intended recipient. She sent this on Monday.
Is personalized hair.
Oh, to us. Okay. So I'm like, what?
Not just for your hair.
Friday. Okay.
Formulated from scratch to help
Is the email?
your healthiest hair yet.
We don't need an ad. We need sinister music. What in the world? Okay. More music. There we go. I don't think we're getting very far with what we had to figure out with 2 people that possibly couldn't have done it. Okay. Interrogation of Luke Adams. Okay. This is us speaking. Detective, please state your full name for the record. Luke Adams. No middle name, Luke? Are we sure? Are you withholding information? Tell me, Luke, what is your relationship like with Mia? Mia was the love of my life. That's all there is to say. I'm still in shock about all of this. Luke, that wasn't the question. What was your relationship like? Good? Bad? Ups and downs? Oh, sorry. Yeah, our relationship was good. We've been going strong for just about 4 years at this point. Or, had been. Sorry. That's interesting. We have multiple sources suggesting otherwise. We said had been. Sources? What are you, a gossip magazine? Find someone who actually knows something, who knows us. Oh, so Natalie and David don't know anything either. Natalie and... Oh, no, they don't. Mia isn't too good for Natalie. Excuse me. Mia was too good for Natalie. Natalie knew it. Mia was about to drop her. Have you asked her about that? And David, you mean the guy who's been MIA for the past month, dealing with all the crap in his own family? Yeah, no, he doesn't know a thing. Told you, Natalie sus. Either way, they can prove, this is us, either way they can prove that you were at the venue on the day the costume was stolen and on the day Mia was murdered. Well, so was Natalie and what's-his-face, so what's that have to do with it? I didn't do it. Would you stop accusing me? Whoa, quick to the defense there, Luke. Well, yeah, you're accusing him of murdering his girlfriend. I never accused you. I'm just telling you what we know. That was accusing. You're over here painting me as some crazy boyfriend, and I'm supposed to stay calm? I was in Mia's room the whole time on Friday. How about you talk to your trusted sources about that, huh? All of them can confirm that. I will do that. Thanks for the advice. But that still doesn't explain your whereabouts during the incident. Like I said in my statement, I went to the bathroom after talking with Mia. Everyone went to the bathroom. Luke, that's not true. Your statement never said that. Well, it's the truth. I don't know what else you want me to say. Yeah, in his statement, he just said that he went to find some peace and quiet. He didn't say where. Luke, we're going to need more than that. You've been seen acting aggressively towards Mia on multiple occasions, including moments before her murder. Then you vanished until after the incident. Okay, fine. Yeah, me and I got into it a little bit, but I would never lay a hand on her. I'm not a monster, and then, yeah, I went to the bathroom to cool off. What more do you want from me? He stands up. Detective Officer Rising, get back to your seat, please. Luke's lawyer, all right. I think it's best we put the conversation to a pause for a bit. And to interrogation. Okay, so Luke was in Mia's room. That suggests to me that he couldn't be the one that did that. Stealing the costume. But do we have proof that he was in her room all day? Because it's just based on what she says. But based on what he's saying. Alright. Natalie's investigation. Please state your name for the record. Natalie Marino. Thanks, Natalie. Do you understand why you're being called in today? I saw Anna was acquitted, so I imagine you're trying to get more information from people close to Mia. I get it. Glad we're on the same page. So, were you close to Mia? I discovered her 4 years ago, and I've been her manager ever since. Yeah, I'd say we were close. I can imagine the stresses of managing such a big name influencer must have been a lot. You two must have worked together well. Of course we did. You don't have to get this level of success with a bad relationship. Luke says otherwise. Of course. I want to ask, though. David mentioned that you and me had some tension leading up to the show. Care to elaborate? Oh, David. He's been overworking himself since his mom died. He's probably projecting. But yeah, things have been a little stressful the last few weeks. We had Mia's nomination in the filming schedule that we needed to meet. Oh, and we had a couple of delays in the fans club project. You know how it is. Got it. So she was stressed at you over that. Any other tensions you can think of? Nope, not really. Interesting. Luke mentioned Mia was looking for a new management and you were aware of this. Can't imagine you would have been very happy to hear that, especially since it sounds like you've been with her from the beginning. Well, that's only half true. Once you're in Mia's level, of course we're going to attract people dying to get in on the inside. But she was never going to actually leave me. She knew we were a great team, and separating would have been bad news for both of us. Bad news for both of you. Bad news bears. Sure, let's talk about the moment you left Mia's room, then. We have security footage of you leaving, then quickly re-entering to get what looks like to be an envelope. Seemed like something important was in there. I mean, it was the draft for our PR letter and the puzzle for the fan club project I'd said was important. Okay, so that explains in the last video If you didn't see that, you should watch that first. She came back in the video footage, and I said that was weird that she came back. One of your major tensions, I remember. But when you just coincidentally reappear in Mia's room right after security was called, one of your it was a draft for the PR letter, the Puzzles of the Fun Club project. I'd say it was important. Okay, and then the detective says, one of your major tensions, I remember. But then you just coincidentally reappear in Mia's room right after security was called? When was security called? Like I said in my statement, I was in the conference room after the whole Trixie disc thing. I ran right over to the dressing room as soon as I heard they were calling medics. She went to the green room. Seems pretty convenient to me. And how about Friday? You were also at rehearsals when the costume was stolen? Okay, yes, but I was by Mia pretty much the whole time. We all arrived together and left together, not sure how this applies to me. So Mia's the only one who can attest to your whereabouts. How unfortunate. Look, call Luke, call David, ask them again. I was busy with Mia. Not sure what else I can say that it's the truth. Okay, I think I've heard everything I need to know. We'll be in touch. Thank you. After every report, I get a drink. Water is so wonderful. Drink water. Okay, so this is David's transcript to report. Please state your name for the record. David Ellis. If you can see my text from my mom. We're talking about, she said, I love you bunches. And I said, I love you bunches of oats. And then she said, oats better than a cream of wheat. And I said, well, which one's oats or cream of wheat? And I said, which one's better? And she said, oats makes her think of Grandma McManus. My great grandma. David, tell me about your relationship with Mia. I am her videographer and editor. Have been for the past 2.5 years. Got it. David, we brought you in today because we discovered the perpetrator's costume was stolen at some point on Friday during rehearsals. You were there, right? Huh? So Anna stole it on Friday? Anna's no longer a person of interest for us. Please answer the question. Wow, she isn't? But yes. Yeah, I was there. You must have footage from Friday then, right? Given your job. Actually, I don't, unfortunately. It was a pretty hectic day. We had a rehearsal, and I had to finish up her vlog so I could be posted the next day. Just didn't have time before we left the venue. Figured I'd get some on show day. Interesting. Can you remember if anyone seemed out of character? Honestly, no one really did. We were all kind of focused on our own things. Sorry. Okay, let's talk about Sunday then. Your witness statement says that before you and Natalie left the room, the conversation turned tense. Can you elaborate? Sure. We've all been working on this project for Mia. Well, mostly Nat has. But it's been pretty intense for the past few weeks, especially with some of the things Mia had been requesting. So I think they both were just frustrated with each other. I don't know all the details. I'm sure Natalie would be thrilled to help, though. Okay. We'll ask her. What about Luke? You mentioned you hung around near the room after you mentioned how... Oh my gosh. You mentioned you hung around the room after you left. Did you ever hear anything that we're talking about? Not really, but I do know that they've been through some issues recently. We've had to pause a couple of shoots recently because Luke kept interrupting. Yeah, Luke has a tendency to barge into work to talk to Mia, and recently these talks have been more like Luke yelling at Mia. If you ask me, it's hard to ignore. Good to know. So you left Mia's room on Sunday. You hung around for a few. Then what? Mia told us she wanted a bit more time to herself, so figured I'd try to be a little productive and shoot some B-roll footage of the wardrobe and stagecraft areas. Stuff I couldn't get on Friday. By the time I got back, she was already, Okay, if you give us those video files, that would be very helpful. Yes, of course, and if I can help with anything else, please let me know. Thanks for cooperating, David. Okay. Well, David wasn't much help. Okay, now Trixie is next. Please state your name for the record. Trixie Veronica Rose, that's her competitor. Thanks, Trixie. Do you know what we've asked you to come in today? Let me guess, because of what I said yesterday, I think you should let it go. I think you should answer the questions. You perform a song that clearly alludes to your relationship with Mia. The moments after the incident, you're caught in video insisting that she had it coming. How do you explain that? Everyone needs to chill about that. I only said that because I thought they were talking about my music. How could I have known Mia was dead at that point? We have footage of you going to the stagecraft room after your performance instead of going back to your dressing room with your team. Then no sign of you until after the alarm went off. That's a lot of time with no Trixie. You really think I could? Oh my gosh. Footage of you going to the stagecraft room and your performance instead of going back to your dressing room with your team. Then no sign of you until after the alarm went off. That's a lot of time with no Trixie. Alright, first off, the fact that you have been implying I could have been me is seriously whack. You really think I could have done it? Put on a lit performance, walked off stage, and then turned into a killer? You're willin', man. What does that mean? Trixie, you weren't answering the question. Where were you during all that time? Somewhere private. My lead dancer's been working almost as hard as me for weeks, and that performance showed it. So yeah, we went somewhere to take a few minutes away from everyone. Is that such a crime? They went and smoked weed. That's what they did. No, but murder is. Let's focus on that. We spoke to your dancer. He alleges you were there for only a few minutes and disappeared. What have you to say about that? Your girl had to pee. You guys are wasting your time here, for real. You're forgetting the fact that you were also one of the few people who were at the rehearsals when the costume was stolen. It all seems rather inconvenient, Trixie. Are you kidding me? You really think that the energy to do that after the day I had... You really think I had the energy to do that after the day I had? I mean, my flight was delayed so many times, they had to reschedule my rehearsal. I barely had time to change, let alone plan a murder. Ha ha ha. This is such a joke. Trixie's lawyer. Okay, I think my client will be like a break. Let's back up tomorrow, thanks. Let's pick back up tomorrow, thanks. So I feel like that's something that means that she wasn't able to take it because she was a delayed flight and all that stuff. But we don't really have the proof that makes it more look like her. Okay. Witness questioning, transcript. Detective Cameron, thanks so much for coming. It's just a few quick questions and then we'll let you get on your way. Cameron, sure thing. Detective, what's up? It's Cameron. We have footage of you and Trixie going into the back. Oh, okay. We have footage of you and Trixie going in the back area after your performance. What were you doing? Oh, yeah. Well, we were all on the adrenaline high, and we were high on other things. And Trixie told me she wanted to show me something away from her team. So I went with her. Somewhere private, if you know what I'm saying. She wanted to show you her boobs? No, I don't know what you're saying. I mean, we share detail. I can share details, but I'm supposed to be keeping things on the DL. Someone is dead, Cameron. That isn't exactly the time to keep things on the DL. Down low for those who don't know. You know what? Fair enough. Trixie and I have a physical relationship. Not exactly the thing she wants getting out there. Trixie hooks up with her dancer. Not the best thing for publicity, you know. Got it. Do you remember how long you were being physical back there? I don't know. Maybe a few minutes at most. At some point, Trixie told me she'd be right back. Seemed pretty urgent, like she had to use the bathroom or something. So I kind of just waited there with the alarm, but then the alarm went off before she came back. Thanks, Cameron. Do you remember seeing anything else worth mentioning? Sorry, bro, not really. Am I good to go now? Yes, that's all for now. Thanks again, Cameron. Okay, that's Cameron. Cameron, you're not much help either. There's no one paying attention to anything. Okay, so this is the contents for PR package for Mia's approval. So this is the project that they were working on. Let's open it up. World. Oh, it's a puzzle with a QR code. Oh no. It's a puzzle with a QR code. And have I told you guys I suck at puzzles? Okay. To the Starmie. Wow! From Mia, just a small town girl, to Mia, creator of the year. We did it. None of this would have been possible without you. As a small token of my gratitude, I wanted to give you first a look into the project that's been swirling around in my head. A dedicated place just for us. Take a look around and let me know what you think. Love you all, the stars. To the stars and back. Okay. She gave us stars. I'm wondering if that's important or it's just a keepsake. Hopefully just a keepsake because I don't feel like getting them out. Okay, so I guess we are building a puzzle. Thankfully, it's like 20 pieces. My niece is an expert at puzzles. She's like puzzle extraordinaire. My brain instantly turns off when I get puzzles. I have this cool K-pop Demon Hunters puzzle that I really want to do of Derpy, and it's just not really happening right now because it's just my brain don't wanna. Okay, and it's not even like in real shapes. Okay, see, that's the problem. It's not even like real, like, what happened to squares? What happened to squares? Okay, so obviously these are corners, but what happened to squares? Do we not own squares? Do we not own squares? Do we not make squares? How in the world? This looks like a bell. Like, first I'd be like, let's get the outside pieces, but I thought my cat frame was back. Outside pieces, but there's not really outside pieces to. That's not it. That's not it. Guys! I found a piece that goes with it! Woo! Yeah, see, look. For right now, they go together. Yeah. Oh, gosh. My nose is itchy. Oh, another one went together, guys! Woo! Okay. Progress. Not really. Yeah, there's no such thing as like totally. The investigator's like, I'm not doing a puzzle. Give it to my. Give it to my subordinates. What kind of shape is this? What kind of shape is that? Nope. Okay, that goes together. Perfect. This is going better than I thought, to be honest with you. Okay. That's not it. I'm getting a migraine. Too much fun. Getting a migraine. Too much fun over here. Okay, that's not. that makes more sense. Okay. I'm sure you're excited to stare at my face while I try to figure this out, but I am not the best at puzzles. My niece and nephew would tell you that for me. They're really sweet. They were like, that's not where it goes, Aunt Sarah. Probably not. Like, Aunt Sarah would love to be better at this, but she just does not have the ability. Guys, I have 2 pieces left. I think I can handle it. Well, that's all right. Oh, it's a star! Oh my gosh. Okay. Give my table. It's a star! Wow. It took me to the last piece to realize it was a star. Oh my gosh. Okay, before I do the QR code, this is the B-roll footage. Well, that's not good. At 7 o'clock, he's taking B-roll of the costumes. And there's a corrupted file. But he's taking B-roll of the costumes, and I think that's suggesting that that is the costume that the killer wears. So he was definitely possibly there. So David is still a possibility for the killer. Let's make sure there's nothing special on these stars. They're just stars, hopefully. I think they're just a fun little collectible. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to take the QR code. I'm going to figure that out. It's going to stop my recording because my phone is awesome like that. And so I'm going to take a break, do the QR code, watch that. And if it's something important, I'll let you know what happens in it. And then I will try to fill out the day 2 form. And then I'll let you know in video 3 what the solution was for that. So like I said, we're figuring out the people that couldn't have been there to do it. And it sounds like that would have been, we're going to eliminate Luke, because it suggests that he was in the room the whole day. And then it's also going to eliminate Cameron, the dancer. So I think those are the 2 that we can get rid of. I didn't even know Cameron was a suspect, but apparently Cameron is. Congratulations, Cameron, for joining the crew. We love you. You're great. Keep it up. All right, guys. Remember to like and subscribe and all that jazz, and I will see you next time. Bye!